This morning we thought we'd have a bit of a chat about pruning citrus trees. They're a really good example of pruning trees because we have a great one here, the Tangelo, and so we'll talk a bit about that now.
So how do you use your pruners?
Well, with your pruners, you can see that there's one side where there's a ridge here on this side, and then there's the other side, it cuts clean against there. So that gives you the best cut against the branch that you're pruning from.
What happens if you use the other side?
Well, if you use the other side, then you don't get as close and you get little knobs sticking up.
Who wants that?
No, we definitely don't. Okay.
So what's the theory with pruning trees?
Well, with trees, you want to shape them so that they have a nice shape, so that they're beautiful in your garden. But you also want to shape them so that you can get good access to the fruit, so it's easy to pick. And you also shape them so that they're not all cluttered in the inside, because that can lead to problems, especially in humid areas. And so you want to make the inside of your tree open and airy to sunlight and light coming through, so that you don't get a lot of problems with mold and fungus with your tree.
That's pretty much all trees, isn't it?
Yeah, especially with citrus, but with lots of trees, yeah, they get too dense in the middle, and that's not good for the tree.
And it's all branches growing in the middle which don't get much sun, and they're using the sap and not producing any
food for us. Yeah.
Not producing anything. Not producing stuff for the tree either.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so
have you got a branch you can show us?
Yeah, sure. Okay, there's one here that's growing in the wrong direction, and so you can see that it's growing, instead of growing out or up, it's growing backwards into the center of the tree, and so I don't want that happening. So I'm going to turn my pruning shears over so that I make sure I've got the flat side against the branch here. Get it down nice and close as I can, and then give that a good prune. So you can see I haven't left hardly any knob at all, and that's going to be better for the tree.
So we'll just have a look inside this citrus tree, and we can see it is quite light and airy in there. There's lots of space in there.
But you can also see that there's a few branches that are growing in the wrong direction, and so that'll be my job tomorrow.
So how long since you've pruned this tree?
Oh, about 6 months. Yeah, usually I prune it in the summer when it's had its really big, strong flush of growth, and that way you're not having a problem while the fruit's developing.
Okay, so let's have a look at some other trees.
Before we go though, let's talk about the Tangelo. Now, some people may not know about Tangelos, but they are the best citrus. They are a cross between mandarins and grapefruit, and they have a delicious...
And oranges. They're a triple hybrid.
And they have a delicious flavour that's tangy with a little bit of tartness, and then when they get really ripe, they're lovely and sweet as well. We use them for adding tang, like in guacamole. Instead of limes or lemons, we'll add one of these, and also to make really nice juices. They make wonderful fruit juice, and especially when you add them to some home brewed kombucha.
Not home brew.
Yeah, then you get a lovely tangy fizzy drink. But
So how many citrus did we plant when we first came here?
oh look, when we first came here, we planted 3 lemons, 2 oranges, a grapefruit, a lime, and this Tangelo. But we had so many of them. Eventually, after about 10 years, we had so much citrus that we couldn't eat it all. And because what we're trying to do here is actually provide fruit and food for ourselves all year round, then we decided that the citrus weren't the best use of the space that they were taking up. So we decided we would keep one citrus, and we chose the Tangelo because it is such a brilliant flavour. It's so yummy.
It's also a triple hybrid. So if you wanted a the other alternative is if you just want one tree, you could actually get a triple grafted tree.
That's right. You can actually get citrus trees that actually have 3 different types of citrus grafted onto them. Usually it's an orange and a mandarin and a lemon or something like that, but you can get all sorts of different ones.
Okay, shall we move to have a look at our avocado?
Yes, why not? This is our shepherd avocado, and as you can see, we've pruned this earlier. You can see here, and in this case there was a bit of a knob left, but now we can see that the tree has actually started to grow up now. So we pruned here because the branches were coming too far this way and it was getting to be too much of a sprawling tree. So I'm just going to tidy this up now.
So I did this and I left that bad bit there, but I cut it just after a bud here that would grow up, and I also cut a little bit off the side here which was going the wrong way. So if you cut it just after a bud going in the direction you want,
then you can encourage the tree to grow into the shape that you would like.
yeah.
And so then you can come along later like I am doing now and just snipping off this little bit of excess here. Okay. So this is our lovely macadamia tree, and we've recently given this quite a hard prune because it was getting very, very dense and twisted and all that inside here. So it's one that's always grown a bit higgledy-piggledy, but we've managed to shape it now so that it's actually looking like a lovely tree. And if you see, we've left a lot of prunings here underneath the base of the tree, so we actually really did cut out quite a lot of foliage from the centre of this tree. And it's now much more open, better airflow, and it's going to be a much happier tree because of that.
And hopefully more nuts.
Yeah, that's always good, isn't it?